pole in front of the camera there. I'm just wondering, have you got something holding up your... Oh, I thought it was some kind of some pole you were maybe going to use to help you later on in the practice. Okay, cool. Well, listen, it's 8 o'clock. We've got 4 people on YouTube and we've got you guys on the WebEx there. So I think we'll get going. Okay, if there's any issues, just send me a message. But it looks like all is good. So, right, so for tonight's practice, we're going to do quite a few arm balances. And I always feel that with arm balances, if you can crack chaturanga, you're most of the way there. The rest is just fancy movements and a bit of flexibility that's required, which obviously we'll build in through the practice. So what I wanted to do is just a refresher for some and for others, teaching of a healthy and strong chaturanga. So we're going to start off with that, and that'll get everything flowing. And there's a few basics involved in your chaturanga, which will help you in the rest of the practice. But what we're going to do before we do any of that in seated, we're just going to check in. So coming into whatever a comfortable seated position is for you, and you might want to block underneath your hips. If you're a bit tight there, hopefully we'll loosen you off by the end of the class. And just have a little shrug of the shoulders, maybe a couple of rotations of the head. Just checking in on a physical level, noticing where it feels a bit stuck, and just checking in with any niggles, anything really that's going on a physical level, and asking your body what it needs from you from the practice, from the practice tonight. These few mindful moments at the beginning of the practice are really important just for you to arrive, to note how you're feeling, what's going on, because that will influence your practice. So it's really helpful to be aware. And it doesn't matter if it's something that's not necessarily welcome, it will still influence your practice. So if we know it, we have a chance to catch it and do something with it. And hopefully that will be to pay attention and maybe respond in a healthy way. So on a physical level, not pushing yourself beyond your limits. Remember that we're here to heal and not to hurt ourselves. And that doesn't mean that there can't be challenge. Certainly in this class, there will be. But be kind to your body. As you start to move towards the edge of that comfort zone, particularly if it's your first time in the class, just ease off, take the variation that feels super comfortable for you, and use your breath to go deeper into it. Everyone arrives at their practice with their own story and their unique set of circumstances, so we can't compare. We are far better learning to accept where we are than try to push against that. And all of that applies to what's going on emotionally as well. So paying attention here to anything that you're experiencing on an emotional level. If there's anything difficult there, maybe we can use this practice to change the energy of those difficult emotions. If there's frustration, perhaps working that bit harder within your body's limits might help you emote those difficult feelings, transform them into something else, change the energy of those feelings. And if you're feeling good, let's celebrate that and have some fun. And now coming into your breath. So just check in the quality of the breath as we've spent this first few minutes settling in, noticing how deep your breath is, how much of the lung capacity you're using, how easy it feels to breathe. Maybe it's quite difficult. Once again, just at this stage, not judging, just noticing. And so for tonight's practice, we're going to use Ujjayi breath, the victorious and heating warrior breath, which is a really great way to get us fired up at the start of the practice and help you understand the power of breath. So if you already practice Ujjayi, then bring that in now. And those who aren't familiar with Ujjayi breath, we'll set it up first of all. So take a breath in through the nostrils, all the way down into the belly, into the sides of the ribs, and feel the chest rise. And as you exhale, let it go through the mouth and make a sound. Feel the belly lift up at the bottom of the breath there. And then inhale once again through the nose. And on your exhale, we're going to take that exhale through the nostrils, but try to make that same sound and sensation. Let's practice 4 more times here. So inhaling, making a sound as you inhale. And exhaling even louder, forcing the air out. Use the core, constrict the back of the throat as you try to make that sound. 3 more. 2 more. And again. Note how the sound of the breath helps keep your mind focused on the breath. It stops your mind from wandering away from your breath from this moment. Okay, so we're going to continue your Ujjayi breath there, maybe with a little less focus for the rest of the practice. Find your block or equivalent prop and bring it between your hands here. So we're going to have the short side and we're going to press your hands against that short side and then lift the elbows up to shoulder height. So I'm going to come sideways on. And as you press onto the sides of the block, make sure that your elbows are below your wrists and the elbows are in front of the shoulders. So we've got 90 degrees here. Press onto the block. And as you breathe in, feel the shoulder blades spread away from each other and wrap around the sides of the ribs. So nice and strong. And as you exhale, draw the belly in. 3 more here. Wrap those shoulder blades, press on the block, exhale, draw the belly button into the back of the body. Well done. Nice, strong Ujjayi breath. Feel those shoulder muscles working, the arms working, the core working. 1 more. Release the block to the side. So a really great exercise that you can do to help prepare your strength that you'll need for Chaturanga, and I'll talk to you about Chaturanga in a minute, is coming into reverse tabletop. So bring your hands directly underneath your shoulders with the fingers pointing towards your bum, and then bring the feet out in front, and then we're going to press into those hands, and we're going to press into the feet as you lift up into reverse tabletop. Tuck your tailbone. Those who fancy a little bit more challenge here, you can straighten out those legs and point the toes away. Tip the head back if you like. So all the muscles that you feel working here are what we need in our Chaturanga. It's just the reverse. Wherever you are, as you exhale, I want you to bring the bum down and try to take it back. So those with the legs straight, try to bring those feet back and take the bum behind, lift up. And then what we're going to do is press the feet into the ground as you lift up. Exhale, hips go down and back. You straighten out the legs. Try to avoid the bum skimming the floor. It might, so then just let it pass and go back up. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bum goes down, back, lift, 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 lift. Let's do 2 more. One more. Try to get that bum to skim the floor as you lift up into the shoulders. And come down. Well done. Okay, so we're getting fired up. Come onto your hands and knees. Now from here, what I'd like you to do is either stay on the knees or you can lift the knees and come into a high plank. So high plank or modified with knees down. Now your chaturanga, I'm going to show you with knees down first of all, is push up. So imagine you've got hold of that block. We're wrapping the shoulder blades around the sides of the ribs. Lots of engagement through the arms, the shoulders, the back, and the belly. And then to come into chaturanga, we bring the shoulders forward of the wrists, bend the elbows back, keep them wrapped into the sides of the ribs. Inhale, lift up. So we're continually pushing all of this away from the floor. Exhale, shoulders forward, elbows bend, and you keep them into the sides of the ribs. So we're here. Those who want to try with the knees up, then go down. Push up, exhale, down. One more. Sit back and just give the shoulders a bit of a shrug. Okay, so for those of you who were really struggling with the knees down, then what I recommend for during the class is that you move from high plank straight to downward facing dog. Wrap shoulders, elbows, inner elbow eyes pointing forward, and get that wrap of the shoulder blades, lifting the belly, lifting the ribs. So going from here, back, wrap, and lower the chest down, okay? Those of you who've got chaturanga with either the knees up or down, make sure that those shoulders don't go below 90 degrees, okay? So we want to keep them up here. You then come through into your cobra, chest forward, shoulder blades back, exhaling, and we all join downward facing dog. Okay, so just a few little pointers there to help you get a bit more out of your practice. But we're going to do loads where you experience that sense of the wrap, okay? The wrap. Right, downward facing dog. Let's have a little ease off. So we're going to use your sun salutations and all the different postures in between to get you opened up and strengthened. I just wanted to do that little bit at the beginning. Okay, look to the top of the mat and we're going to have the feet at hip width distance. Have your block up by the right corner of your mat. Inhale, lengthen the spine, and as you exhale, fold in, soften the knees. And inhale, press through the heels as you rise up and bring the hands to heart. Let's have 5 ujjayi breaths here while you settle into the beginning of the flow. Inhaling down into the belly, into the sides of the ribs. Heart lifts. Exhale, let it go through the nostrils, nice and powerfully. A loud exhalation. Whoever's standing next to you should be able to hear you. Press those hands together and notice how the upper body becomes active. One more breath. Open the eyes and inhale as you lift the arms up above the head. Exhale as you fold. Inhale in, lengthen forward. And as you exhale, step back into high plank. Inhale in, push everything away from the floor and either go back to downward dog straight away or lower down chaturanga. You can modify with the knees down, come down, and we're going to come into cobra first of all. So the belly on the floor, shoulders back, exhale in, downward facing dog. 5 breaths here. You can stay in downward facing dog, or if you want to work a bit more on that upper body strength, come down onto your forearms, make sure the shoulders are above the elbows, and we're going to press into the forearms. Push the biceps away from each other, lift the chest, lift the belly. As you're here, press through your arms or forearms, and at the same time, push the weight back into the legs. Well done. Keep the head nice and heavy. The neck is soft. Well done. One more breath. If you're in forearm plank, then dolphin, then push back into downward facing dog. We're going to inhale, bend the knees, walk, step, or maybe float to the top of the mat. Inhale in as you lengthen the spine forward and fold in on the exhale. Inhale, press through the heels, rising up. And exhale, hands to heart. We're going to go again. Inhaling. And exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Stepping back into high plank. Spread the fingers, shoulders over the wrist. Lift up, inhale. And as you exhale, either go straight back, down dog, or lower down, chaturanga. Watch you don't go past 90 degrees. And then inhale, come through into your back bend. Open up the chest. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Well done. So you can stay in downward facing dog. You can drop down into your forearm plank. Oh God, why do I keep saying that? Dolphin. Or if you want to try turbo downward dog, we bend the elbows out to the side, bring them in and they float, and then the shoulders come over the elbows. I'll show you this way on. We've got 3 more breaths. It's super hard. Don't worry, you're going to get to try again. So if you're in anything but downward facing dog, lift up, downward facing dog, bend the knees, inhale, walk, step, or float yourself to the top of the mat. Inhaling, lengthen forward. Exhaling as you fold. Press through the heels. Inhale as you rise up. And bring the hands to heart center as you exhale. Okay, so feet together. We're going to come into chair pose. 5 breaths here. So in your chair pose, make sure you can see your big toes. Watch that you're not overarching through lower back. So draw the buttocks towards the floor. I'm going to go back a little bit so you can see me. Lifting up through the sides of the ribs and draw the shoulder blades down the back. Well done. Be aware if your ribs are sticking out a lot here. As you bring them in and you tuck the tail, you get a bit more activation through the core and it feels better. Feels harder, but better. One more breath. And we're going to exhale as you fold. Now, those who've got chaturanga, you may want to come forward and try a jump back into chaturanga. Give it a go. Everybody else, step yourself back into your high plank. If you're holding chaturanga, stay there. And either those in high plank, lower down or go straight back to your downward facing dog. Well done. Pushing back. And from here, we're all should be in downward facing dog. Bring your left toes on the diagonal and step them up your mat a little bit, and then bring your right foot forward. We're going to lift up warrior 1. So in our warrior 1, we have the hips facing forward, facing the top of your mat. The front knee bent, front knee over the ankle, and you should be able to press through the outer edge of your back foot. So here we are, warrior 1. Root down and feel like you're pressing through the back of that foot and it's creating a bow shape all the way up, reaching through the arms. Well done. Chest and hips facing forward. Warrior 2 is where we open out to the side. Warrior 1, we're at the front. Okay, from here, inhale, lift. And as you exhale, bring the hands down. Those with a comfortable chaturanga, maybe you can kick that right leg back and come into a one-legged chaturanga. If you're not comfortable with chaturanga, go back downward facing dog. Everyone else, make your way through to downward facing dog. This time, right toes on the diagonal, left foot forward, root down, rise up. So front knee over the ankle, pressing through the outer edge of that back foot. Hips are forward, so bring that back foot in if you can't get your hips forward. I'm not saying have them fully squared off, but much more than this. Do this. Arms lifted up. So it's a strange sensation to get the lift through here and still have the shoulder blades coming down the back. Just give it a try, okay? We lift the ribs away from the pelvis and we draw the shoulder blades down the back. So you're still getting length through the spine, but the back muscles are engaged. Well done. One more breath. And we're going to bring the hands down we're going to step back into high plank or one-legged plank. Lower down chaturanga if that's good for you, with one leg lifted. If it feels good, come through into your back bend, shoulder blades together, chest open, back into downward facing dog. Once again, 5 breaths. Downward dog, forearm, oh Martin, dolphin. Or you can come into turbo. Bend the elbows out to the side, bring them in, they float, and you lift just away from the floor there. Oh, it's hard to teach. Let's have a look at it. So thinking about pushing the chest up away from the ground, the belly up away from the ground, wrap shoulder blades, transfer the weight into the legs as well as pressing through forearms and hands. That's it. Well done. Keep that neck nice and soft. Give your head a bit of a hang. Lovely. Okay, wherever you are, come to downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, bend your knees, inhale, walk, step, or float the feet to the top of the mat, feet together. Lengthen forward as you inhale. Exhale and folding in. Inhale, chair pose. And exhale, bring the hands to heart as you straighten up. Okay, so for a bit of fun, bring your feet a bit wider. We're then going to sit back into a wide leg chair pose. Just slightly different. Really tempting here to open the knees out to the side or have them knocking in together. Try to keep them over the ankles. We're holding for 5 breaths. Watch that you're not overarching lower back. Lift through the sides of the body and lower the shoulder blades down the back. Well done. Keep the neck relaxed. So for options, what you can do is simply fold forward and make your way back to high plank. Or those of you who fancy a little bit more fun, fold forward, hands on the ground, knees up onto the triceps, coming into your crow pose. Now, if you don't know this pose and you don't feel comfortable, give it a go anyway. Bring the hands down, forearms above the wrists, knees on these arms, and tip yourself forward. Woo! Having your forearms nice and straight will provide that stable base for you to explore, tipping forward and back. It's pretty early on in the practice, so don't worry if this isn't there for you yet. If you're having a go, then step yourself back into high plank. Those who are super comfortable here, I want you to inhale, push away from the floor, exhale, jump back, chaturanga, and then we come through back bend and downward facing dog. Well done. Make sure your block is at the top right-hand corner of your mat. Left toes on the diagonal. Bring your right foot forward. We're going up, warrior 1. So this time, bring the hands together into high prayer and then bend the elbows as you bring the hands together behind the neck. We're going to press through the feet. Remember, hips are square, lift ribs away from pelvis. Press your hands together and then lift up through armpits and elbows and press your head into those forearms as you come into this back bend. So I'll show you a little bit closer into the camera. We're like this. We press, lift, lift, and go back. Watching out for that lower back. So it's a back bend, and it's quite a deep back bend, even though it doesn't look like it. This is a really great variation for your warrior 1 to show that it isn't all about the aesthetics. We're looking to stretch the front of the body here. Protect your lower back. Keep the core nice and strong. As you press your hands together, you'll find that the arms have to work harder to get that lift in the ribs away from the pelvis. Well done. Okay, bring your hands up into high prayer. And then we're going to open out into warrior 2. From here, we're going to do bird wings variation of warrior 2. So although you can't see my face, it's better. It's better for this pose. So bring your front knee over the ankle. Press through the outer edge of your left foot. Your toes should be coming slightly in. This back leg strong, baby. This knee moving out towards the little toes. Keep your shoulders over the hips. And I want you to bring your arms into the sides of the body. I'm going to show you this way on. So we're like this. And what we're going to do is we inhale, we're going to fill up the chest. And as you exhale, keep those elbows into the sides of the body and take the arms out to the side. You'll feel shoulder blades squeeze together. Inhale, exhale, elbows Stay in tight, arms go out to the side. Let's do 3 more of those. Well done. Spread the back, fill those lungs up. Bottom, sides, top, back, front. 1 more. Release the arms. From here, bring your left hand into your hip crease. Push down into the hip crease and then lift your right arm up. So we're coming into this reverse warrior variation. Keep your front knee over the ankle. If it's tired, straighten up for a moment and then bend it once again. So as you push down into this left hip, you lift up through the left side. And as you reach this arm up, you get a beautiful stretch into the right shoulder there. So we want to look to extend the spine and stretch both sides of the body. What you tend to get in reverse warrior is quite a deep compression through this side. So by pressing into the hip, we lift and go back. So it's a nice side bend. Have you forgotten about your front knee? It might be curving in. Take it out. Well done. Inhale in. And as you exhale, come back into standard warrior 2. Straighten up your front leg. And then inhale, reach forward with your right arm. Reach, reach, reach. And then rotate into your triangle pose, your Trikonasana. Don't worry if your hand doesn't come to the floor. Let's keep this hand either inside the shin or inside the thigh. Keep your left arm lifted up. Well done. So what we're trying to achieve here is a revolving round of your left hip and the left side of the chest, almost like a twist. Yeah? So nice and strong through the legs, strong through the core. So lengthen the spine forward and revolve around, almost a twist to face the ceiling. You're doing a great job. Those who want a bit more, lift your bottom arm up and reach it away in front of the head. Maybe join with the other hand. Keep the legs strong. Now you find here that you might revolve round to the floor. Revolve back round to the ceiling. Well done. Open back out. So we're back in your Trikonasana. And then from here, have a little look for your block. Bend your front knee. Find your block. And then we're going to lift up with the hand either on the lower back or lift it into the sky as you come into your half moon pose. Well done. So in half moon, we've still got that revolving round of the left hip, of the left side of the chest. Your right leg working really hard here and your right triceps engaged. Pressing down through that block. Well done. We've still got the lengthening of the spine and that twisting round, the revolving. I want you to hold for another 5 breaths. Now, some of you may be able to bend that back knee, bringing the heel to the bum and come into your Vipassana as you take hold of that ankle and kick the foot into the ankle. Some of you may be able to face the floor, kicking the foot into the ankle still and using that tension to lift up into your Natadurasana, your dancer pose. Well done. Pressing through the right big toe. Well done. Inhale in, go back. Whoops, into your half moon. And then from here, we're all going to bring the hands down as you turn to face the floor. Coming into a standing split. Take your block over to the left side of the mat so it's there for later. Keep a little bend in your standing knee. Inhale, lengthen. Reach through the top of the head and through that back foot, folding in. Let's try a little balance. Bring your right hand onto the outside of that right ankle. Squeeze those thighs together. Squeeze sit bones together. Lift belly. Inhale and lift ribs away from pelvis and fold. Maybe taking hold of the left side of that right ankle. Okay, are we into fear yet? I hope so. Let's stay there for 2 more breaths. Remember, you're only a hand tap away from safety. Okay, bring the hands down. We're going to bend that left knee and then bring the left foot down. Have a little fold forward on an exhalation. As you inhale, come into your chair pose. Exhaling, coming up, hands to heart. Well done. We're going to keep this energy going. Inhale, wide-legged chair pose once again. Exhale as you fold. Choices here. Step back, high plank, wait, or come into your Bakasana. I'll have a go with Bakasana. If you're in high plank, continue pushing away from the ground. Lift, wrap shoulders. Well done. Those who are in Bakasana, step or jump back. If you're stepping back, Go to plank. If you're jumping back, chaturanga. Well done. Wherever you are, make your way to downward facing dog. If you're coming into your back bend, shoulder blades together, heart open. Let's go back. Downward facing dog. Well done. From here, we're going to keep it going. Right toes diagonal, left foot forward. Lift up, warrior one, hands into high prayer. Press the hands together. Bring them behind the back of the neck. And this beautiful back bend variation of your warrior one. Left knee over the ankle. Hello. I lost view of the camera there. I'm just going to catch my breath. Catch your breath. Press through the outer edge of that right foot. Well done, Rebecca. That looks nice. Front knee over the ankle, hips forward. As you press the hands together, lift elbows, lift armpits. Keep the lower back protected. Push your head into the forearms. Enjoy the sensation of the back bend. So nice. Legs are strong. You're rooted down. You're rising up through the pelvis, through the spine. Opening into the shoulders. Well done. Inhale, bring the hands up above the head, and we're going to open out into warrior two. Okay, I can see you this time. So we're going to keep this front knee over the ankle, the knee moving out towards the little toe, pressing through the outer edge of that right foot. Bring the elbows into the sides of the body. We're going to inhale as you fill those lungs up, bottom, middle, sides, front, back, top. Exhale, keep the elbows into the sides of the body and take those arms out to the sides. Squeezing shoulder blades together. Inhale, wrap shoulder blades. Well done. Fill up. Exhale, powerful Ujjayi exhale. Watch that front knee. 3 more. With all these cues going on, you can't think about that usual crap that fills your head, huh? 1 more. Nice, steady, slow and powerful breaths while you hold your body in these challenging poses. Okay. Bring your right hand onto right hip. Push down. And then we're going to lift up as you sweep that left arm away. So thinking here about pressing down into your right hip, lift up through both sides of the body. Keep the neck relaxed. If you want to straighten up that front leg, do so, and then bend it once again, checking that that knee isn't caving in, so take it back out towards your little toe. Keep thinking about this thigh externally rotating. Lovely. I've got wind, I keep burping. 1 more. Okay, coming up into your more traditional warrior two. Straighten out your front leg. Inhale, we're going to reach. Imagine someone's pulling that left arm, reach, and rotate into your beautiful Trikonasana. Remembering if you're here, or here, it's fine. Don't lose this revolving round of that right hip and the right side of the chest. That's it. Lovely, Emma. Really nice. Legs are strong. Core is strong. We lengthen through the crown of the head, stretch your spine, and then revolve around, making this more challenging for your core and your legs by bringing those hands so the palms are facing each other. Try not to revolve back down. Coming round. Well done. Oh, this is a bugger. And open out. Inhale. We're going to bend the knee and find the block. You can bring your hand onto your lower back in order to lift up into your half moon, making sure that you've got that revolving round of the right side and straightening up this arm if that feels good for you. Keep the legs nice and strong. Noticing a difference between the sides. Maybe there isn't one, but if there is, really great to pay attention to it. Okay, so 5 more breaths here. Take in Japasana if that feels right for you. So crunching in so that you can find that right ankle. Kick the foot into the ankle. Get that tension so you feel hip flexors and quads stretching. You feel that right shoulder stretch. Come to face the floor. Press through your left big toe as you kick into that hand. Lift. Heart forward, foot kicks back. Heart forward, foot kicks back. Well done. We're in dancer pose, and then we come down and we open back out into your half moon. Well done. Everyone, we now revolve to face the floor. Squeeze those thighs towards each other, that back leg still lifted, and we fold in, standing split. Okay, so from here, in your standing split, you've got a couple of options. You can go for the grab of the ankle, one side and then the other, or if you like, keep your left knee into the chest. Press both hands firmly into the ground. Press fingertips into the ground. Press the whole circumference of the palm into the ground. That back leg is strong, so strong it can lift you up into your standing handstand split. Sorry, into your handstand split. What am I saying? So keep your left knee in the chest as you kick up if you're going for this option. That way you won't flip all the way over. That left leg's pretty heavy. Well done. Try to swing those hips over the shoulders. That's it. Well done. Doing an amazing job, guys. And then from here, we're going to slightly soften both knees to get that right foot down. And we're going to then sit ourselves down into our yogic squat. Woo! Let's have a rest in your squat. My goodness. So we're going to break down crow pose, Bakasana, in a little more detail. So in your squat, try to have your heels on the ground. If this is a fight, then roll your mat over enough times to create the height that you need in order to keep those heels on the ground. Bringing your elbows inside the knees. Now, don't worry if you're up here or you're down here. It doesn't matter. We don't know your story. The only thing is, I want you to feel that you're opening up the back of the body here, the back of the legs, back of the hips. Press your hands together. Push the elbows into those inner thighs, so just below the knee. We want to protect the knee. And then try and resist that pushing out of the elbows by squeezing the knees towards the center line. Lovely. And you're going to feel these muscles, these abductors working here. This is what we need to achieve a bit more stability in your crow pose. So, few options. Now I'm going to keep you here while I demonstrate. If you need to lift up, do so, but we need to get those hips opened up. So, options. Hands down, and then bring the wrists and the elbows in the same line. And then we lift the bum and we start to tip forward. You can shuffle the feet into that center line if you wish. The main thing is that you keep these forearms nice and straight and that you grip like mad with those fingertips, but continue to press through the knuckles, the back of the knuckles, sorry, and the heel of the palm. We just start to come forward. We push, wrap, lift the belly and squeeze those knees, so get those abductors working hard. And eventually, as you go into the fear and you go, ah, the feet lift and fear does not win. Yeah? So have a go practicing this. Those of you who are mega comfortable with Bakasana already, then I want you to have a go at the one-legged variation. So tip the weight over to one side and then bring the other knee into the center of the chest before trying to kick that leg behind. Using glutes and hamstrings on the leg that you're kicking behind. Ekapada Bakasana. Coming in and trying the other side. I lost my balance. We're going to have a good couple of minutes playtime here. Those whose wrists become sore, come onto your knees, bring your arm out in front, push away with the wrist. You might as well wrap the shoulder blade around while you're doing it and pull the fingers back as you push the wrist forward. Now, if you're sitting here going, what on earth is he going on about? I can't do any of this shit. Then what you can do is try coming into the tripod variation, which is super fun. Do not do this if you've got any cervical spine issues, okay? So you're going to have to do it the hard way if you're struggling with spine issues. Those who are cool, and those who maybe have got kind of a struggle with the transition from regular crow pose into the one-legged variation, then you could try coming into the tripod variation. So we draw a triangle, top of the triangle, your head, the other two of your equilateral triangle points is where your hands go. So the head comes forward. So we've got a triangle. Let me show you both ways on. Or like this. Yeah? Then what we're going to try to do is lift up those knees, walk in, and again, super important that your forearms are straight. And we have that 90-degree bend. So see how chaturanga becomes really foundational for all of these arm balance poses. And then with the additional stability of your head, you can start to lift the feet. Now this feels absolutely amazing when you haven't been able to work on Bakasana before. Sorry, I thought that was the cat coming in. This feels so good for you to get that sense of Bakasana. Now, those struggling with the transition from regular Bakasana, your crow pose, into one-legged variation, tip the weight into one side in your tripod and then bring the other knee off, and you'll find that you get the same sensation as you do with that head lifted. The core required massively here, and you notice that core connection with the legs. So important to have that as we look to get more freedom in our floating. Okay, if you're here, try a pushback into the full Bakasana. So we're having a good play here. And coming down. Okay, that's it. Nice, Rebecca. Resting those wrists. I know, it's tough on the wrist. Well done, guys. Another couple of moments here just to enjoy your playtime. So for me, Bakasana, it's about that lift. It's about the grip. You push away from the floor, and it's less about your peripheral strength of the arms and the legs. They're helpful, but it's that deep core strength. Yeah, you fly, push away from the ground. Really hard work. Yeah. All right. So that was just a little interlude for you to have a rest. I'll say rest in inverted commas. And then we're going to come back into downward facing dog. Easy now, easy now. All right, so we're going to give the hands rest. We're going to come, actually, no, let's jump to the top of the mat. Feet together. Lengthen forward. Exhale as you fold in. We're going to vinyasa all the way through. So coming back into your chair pose and straightening up, hands to heart. Use your vinyasa to give you energy for what's coming next. So inhaling. Exhale, fold. Walk, step, or jump back. Use chaturanga, use Bakasana if you wish. Coming through. Downward facing dog. Well done. Okay, shift your block over to the right side. And then we're going to lift your right leg high. Bend the knee and come forward. Lift, lift, lift. Bringing that right foot down, just shy of your right hand. Slide the left foot in so that you can come into your Parshvottanasana or your pyramid pose. Now, it may be that your hands don't reach the floor. If so, bring them onto the hips. So either fingertips on the floor or hands on the hips. I've just got to watch my mic pack here. So we're going to keep that right hip shooting back, lifting the ribs away from the pelvis and fold in. 3 more breaths here. Amazing stretch for the back of the body. I find particularly through the right side, and even more so if I shoot that right hip back rather than allowing myself to come into a twist. Lengthen and fold. Okay, so we're going to take this a bit deeper. What I'd like you to do with your block is bring it right in line with your right foot, and then keep those hips nice and strong as you cross your left hand over and find the block like this. So find the block like this with your hands. Push down like your life depends on it. And if you find that that right knee is bent quite severely, then take your block or equivalent prop and bring it onto that higher side. We're going to then shoot right hip back, press through the block, press through the feet, reach the crown of the head forward. So as you reach forward with the crown of the head, shoot your right hip back. And maybe you can bring your right hand onto the lower back as you revolve the right side of the chest round, coming into this amazing twist. Some of you may be able to straighten this right arm up. And of course, some of you might not need the block. This is always possible. Well done. Okay, so 2 more breaths here. Lengthen and twist. Well done. Shoot that right hip back. Lengthen and twist. Well done. 1 more breath. Keep this position. Press through the feet and take your block over to the left side of your mat. Keep your twist. And all we're going to do here is shift the weight forward so you can kick your left leg behind, coming into your revolved half moon. Now we're going to hold here for 5 breaths. You also have an option, those who feel really confident, to bend that back knee, take hold of the foot, kick the foot into the hand, and then come into your revolved Natarajanasana, so your revolved dancer pose. Oh, this is a bugger. We come down. We open back out into the revolved half moon, and then we bring the hands down. And from here, what I'd like you to do is keep squeezing those legs together and walk your hands around to the outside of that right foot. Keep those legs squeezing together, the hips square. As you inhale, I want you to use the breath to push those left ribs towards the top left-hand corner of your mat. So we're stretching the left side of the body. Well done. 2 more breaths here. Don't let that left leg kick out to the side, almost trying to bring that left leg to the right side of your mat. I know your right leg is struggling. Keep going. 1 more breath. You're doing amazing. Come back in. And from here, soften both knees as you come into your chair pose. Well done. And exhale, come to standing. Amazing. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, fold. Walk, step or jump back, and if you want to do it via your Bakasana, you can. If you're in Bakasana, jump back, Chaturanga. Come through into your back bend if that's there for you, and then we exhale, downward facing dog. Amazing. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, bring it through, and as you inhale, lift away from the floor. Bring your left foot just shy of the left hand, and have your block just up by that left foot. Bring the right foot in enough so that your hips are nice and square. Fingertips on the floor or hands on the hips. Lengthen forward, lift the ribs away from the pelvis and fold yourself deeper. Keep shooting that left hip back. Well done. So pyramid pose because you look like a pyramid. That's it. Well done. Oh, delicious through that left side. Huh? Shoot left hip back. Crown of the head reaches forward. Nice. Okay, so from here we're going to work into your revolved triangle pose. So cross the arms over the body and find your block. From here, we're going to work super hard through the right arm. So activate right triceps, both of the legs, shoot left hip back, oops, and bring your left hand onto your lower back. Revolve left side of the chest round. I'm going to show you this way on. Well, my balance is shot. And that's before I've had my gym. Left hip back. That's it. Well done. Okay, choices here. In a moment. All right, we're going to move into revolve half moon. So take your block over to the right side and then lean forward as you lift your right leg behind. Squeeze those legs together and coming into your revolved half moon. Once again, 5 breaths here, or you can bend that back knee as you bring the heel to the buttock, taking hold of your right ankle with your left hand. Get a sense of the back bend, press through left big toe, and then kick the foot into the hand as you lift. into your revolved dancer pose. Watch that rocking into the outer edge of that left foot. Well done. Coming down and open up back into your half moon. Well done. Then from here, we're all going to bring the hands down. Take your block out to the side. You need a little bend in that standing knee, do so. The legs squeezing together as you walk the hands around to the outer edge of your left foot. Then balloon your right ribs towards the top corner of your mat. Well done. Watch that that leg doesn't kick out to the side. So squeezing those thighs towards each other. Well done, Rebecca. Nice, Emma. Have a little smile because this is pretty hard, yeah? Just relax a little bit into the face. Relax a little bit into the pose. Balloon right ribs away. Nice, John. Nice, Emma. Amazing. And then from here, come back. And we're going to soften both knees as you come into your chair pose. Inhale in and exhale. Come to standing. Let's have a few breaths here. Okay, slow the heartbeat down. We've got 2 more breaths. Bring yourself back to that place of calm. Use your amazing breath to tell your body everything's okay. You're just giving it a really good workout. And then with the feet together, we come back into chair pose. Inhale, exhale, fold. You choose how to get back to downward facing dog. Walk, step or jump back, either from your forward fold or from your bakasana, coming through into your back bend. If you lower down, we go back into downward facing dog. Okay, so we're going to work on the left side first this time, just because it's better for me to demonstrate. So lift your left leg. And as you come forward into plank, bend your left knee and try to find your left elbow so the knee goes wide. Inhale, kick it back. We're going to do that 2 more times. The knee goes wide. Try to find your left arm, left elbow, sorry. Lift up. Exhale, come forward. Well done. More of that in a moment. This time, inhale, kick up. And as you exhale, bring the knee into the chest. And then take your knee over to the right elbow as you kick your left leg out to the side. Maybe you can keep it lifted, or maybe you need to bring it down. That's fine. So you're going from 3-leg downward facing dog, the left leg coming underneath, and then into a side plank with the left leg kicked underneath. Well done. Staying here for 4 more breaths. Those who've got the leg lifted, maybe you can take hold of the foot and then stretch that leg over so that you can bring your head through the gap. Emma, I love that smile. Into your Vishwamitrasana variation. Well done, smile, it's fun. And then from here, we're going to lift that leg back up. 3-leg downward facing dog. Well done. Take the knee wide and then bring your left foot down onto the floor. Well done. So we're coming into this lunge. So your hands are down inside the foot. Let's have a little rock forward and back. Chill time, guys, chill time. So we're in lizard on this left side. Drop your back knee. And then you've got choices here. You can just chill and enjoy dropping those hips towards that left heel. Some of you may want to come onto the forearms if that's possible. If you need to twist your body round in order to get the forearms down, I'd rather you stayed on one forearm and kept the chest squared off to the ground. Some of you may want to work into lifting that back knee. For that, you need to untuck the toes and push the top of that foot into the ground, lifting that knee, using the strength in your hamstrings and your glutes on the left leg. And then, oh, it's so nice through quads and hip flexors on that right side. But you just enjoy being here, being where it works for you. Okay, this is your chill time. We're going to step up the fire again in just a moment. Doing such a good job, guys, honestly. You've only got 20 minutes left. All right, time to fire up again. Tuck your toes and lift that back knee. Let's see if you can bring this left shoulder underneath your left knee and take that left arm outside the left leg there. So you come into this pose. In a lunge, left knee still over the ankle. Some of you may be able to lift one arm, maybe the other, maybe both, maybe taking, oh shit, have I turned my mic off? No. Maybe taking a bind. Now, if you've got a bind, it's quite a lot of core work. Try not to twist round. Nice and strong. Well done. Actually, I'll stay this way. Bring the hands down, and I want you to keep your left hand outside that left foot. Lift your left heel, and then I want you to walk your left foot around the outside of that left hand. So you're back into that high plank with that knee on the left arm. Then I want you to lean forward and catch your right ribs with your right elbow. If you want to bring the head onto the floor, you can. And see if you can kick that right leg behind, maybe pressing up into your Ekapada Kardanyasana. Super hard pose here, guys. Once again, it's like chaturanga, but you're balancing your body on the arms. And we're using hamstrings and glutes to lift that back leg. And from here, we're all going to step back, downward facing dog. Well done. Have a little bend of the knees. Ooh. We're going to bend the knees, sit back into child's pose. Let's have a little catch up with where we are. So I intentionally bring difficult poses into this practice. This is power yoga. It's intended to push your limits. Not only to see what you can achieve physically, but actually I'm always going to try to bring something in that might be beyond where your practice is. And the reason for that is to be able to balance that fire with some contentment, to be able to train that sense of santosha, which is contentment, being okay with where you are and using that as a start point to be able to work up. Every single thing we do helps you build up into these poses. Every plank, every downward facing dog strengthens your chaturanga, therefore strengthens your ability to be able to move into these poses at some point when you're ready. But it's so nice to say, this is where I am, and that is amazing. Amen, Rebecca. I like those hands in prayer. And it's a skill. It's something that we're developing here, this contentment. It's really important alongside your fire. Okay, downward facing dog. Speech over, rest over. All right, so let's get ourselves ready for what we're about to do. Lift the right leg. And as you exhale, take that knee wide and try to find your right elbow or triceps. Lift back up. 3-leg downward dog, inhale. Exhale, come forward. There we go. You're almost in that pose. Inhale, lift up. And then exhale, come forward. Once again, lift, lift, lift. Inhale, go back. Exhale, bring the knee into the center this time. And then cross it over to the opposite arm before you pivot on your left foot. Coming into your side plank on the right side, trying to lift your right foot, and maybe you can thread the head through if you can take hold of that right foot in your Vishvamitrasana variation. Normally the leg's behind in Vishvamitrasana, but it's a nice way to have a go. Everything else, side plank. Right shoulder over right wrist, hips lifted, no saggy hips. Well done. You've got that right leg underneath to give you that push up into your side plank. Well done. Okay, from here, release back into 3-leg downward facing dog. Bend the knee, take it wide, and come into your lizard. Right leg in front. Have a little rock. Forward and back. and back. So bring your left knee down, pressing into the top of your left foot. So you can chill out here, hug that knee onto the shoulder, come onto one forearm, watch that you don't twist, coming onto the other. Watch that knee doesn't flop out to the side, so keep pressing through your right big toe. And if you want a little bit more release through left hip flexors, then come onto the top of your left foot, press into that left foot, activate glutes and hamstrings on that left leg, and then lift. Now this is the same that happens when we've got this leg tucked behind. We're using the strength in the back of the left leg to get the lift, as well as the core. The legs are so important in your inverted poses. It's not just core and arms, whole body, and integration of the separate parts of you. Drop your left knee. We're going to tuck the toes, push that knee up, and then see if you can bring your right shoulder underneath that right knee, taking those hands out to the side. So this pose is called Christ pose. Nice. Keep that front knee bent, maybe take a bind if that works for you. Keep the chest and the hips squared off to the ground. Well done. Amazing. From here, bring the hands down. And then we're going to shuffle that right foot around. So we're coming back into this pose. Think chaturanga. Bend the elbows, shoulders forward. And if you want to bring the side of the face down before you work on lifting that leg behind, you can. And then use the upper body strength to press up into chaturanga position. It's really hard. It's a really hard pose. And you're doing great. You're doing so well. Just another couple of breaths trying. And we step back, downward facing dog. Have a little rock and roll. Woo! Okay, one more vinyasa for strength. Bend the knees, walk, step, float to the top of the mat. Lengthen forward. Exhale, fold. Go on, you've got it in you. Inhale, come into chair pose. Exhale, hands to heart. Well done. Inhale, chair pose. Woo! I nearly fell back. Exhale, fold. You make your way back. Step back, jump back, go straight to downward dog, or use your bakasana. You choose. And from downward facing dog, we're going to jump to seated. Well done. Okay, we're going to have a bit chill now. Legs come wide. Well done. Okay, let's just have a little move of the spine in the pelvis there. Oh, well done. And we're going to lean over to the right leg, revolve the left side of the chest round, and we're going to come into this side bend and twist. So your legs are getting a rest here. Think about reaching the head towards your right foot and going deeper into your side bend. Some of you may be able to take hold of the foot. If that's the case, then bring yourself a little more underneath your right arm there, left arm. So we've got a side bend and a twist. It can really help to kick that foot into the hand if you've got this variation. Then we're all going to roll forward as we come into our Konasana. So the straddle forward fold. Keep this fluid. We're starting to move more into that yin energy now as you near the end of the class. Let's go over to the left side. So bringing your left forearm onto the left thigh. Revolve the right side of the chest around, reaching through your right arm and stretching towards the left foot. If you've got a hold of that foot, bring your shoulder underneath. So this is like your Vishwamitrasana that we did earlier on. If you've got the foot, kick the foot into the hand and it will help you go deeper. Smile, relax the neck. And roll forward. Well done. Ease out here. Okay, while we're here, we might as well try another. So cross your right shin in front of you with that right knee directly out in front. And then we're going to cross the left foot over. Some of you may struggle to cross this right leg while keeping this sit bone down. So if you like, you can go for this variation. And then we're going to bring the left hand behind. We're going to lift the right arm up and cross the arm over the body. Excuse me. You can stay here if you just need to chill. If you fancy going into the other Ekapada Vinyasana, then bring your hands down, hands at shoulder width distance apart. Press this arm into the thigh so that you can lift up, shuffle in that bottom foot behind you, catch your left ribs with left arm, and if you want to bring the head on the ground and then lift the legs, you can, pressing up and splitting the legs as you come into Ekapada Vinyasana 1, coming in and coming back into the twist. I'll give you a couple of minutes. I'll show you once again. So we're in the twist, elbow outside the knee. We come down. Let me show you this way on. So we need to catch this hip or the ribs with your left arm, tipping forward. We've got your chaturanga arms, and then we lift the legs before splitting them. And coming in, come down. And then we're going to walk the body around to the other side. Enjoy that compression through right side. Come back in, and we're going to do the other side. So bringing your left knee in front, crossing the right leg over. You can have left leg straight, or the knee bend. Right hand behind, lift up through the left side of the body, cross this arm over. Pushing the sit bones down, lifting the crown of the head up, and twisting round. Well done. So staying here, or you can bring the hands down, shoulder width distance, push into the hands, push into that right thigh, lifting it up as you slide the left foot away, catch your right hip with right elbow. We've got your 90-degree arms, or you can bring the head on the floor and lift up. Try splitting the legs, maybe pushing up into your full Ekapada Vinyasana 1. And then we come back into your twist. Coming through, round, fold the other side. Coming up. And after all of that, we're going to come into a nice little back bend. So bring your feet onto the mat, your back onto the mat. Ankles below the knees. And we're going to press into the top of the back of the shoulders, and we're going to peel those hips off the ground, peel the spine off from the bottom to the top, coming into your bridge pose here. So a nice stretch from the front of the body. We're going to take 5 breaths here. Those who have the Dhanurasana in their practice, bring those hands by the shoulders, fingers pointing to the shoulders, elbows lifted, lift up into your tripod headstand, drop the hips, tuck the tail, and push into the hands as you push the chest back. And if you like, lifting up onto the toes, push back. Keep the lower back protected. Wherever you are, starting to come back down, top of the spine, mid back, lower back. And take a moment here. Have a little tilt of the pelvis forward and back. And it might feel nice for you to come into your wind relieving pose. It's funny that I say that after my wind earlier, but I don't need to release anymore. It's all come out the top. And bringing the nose up to the knees. Take a nice big breath in. Exhale, squeeze in, let it go. From here, bring the hands down. Take the legs over behind you, coming into your alasana, flower pose. If you have a wall here, you can press the feet into the wall. Just an even deeper counter for that back bend. Bring the hands onto the mat and then slowly bring that spine back down, catching the hands, catching the bum with the hands. And then from here, walk up onto the elbows, tipping the head back. Make sure the head's on the floor, lifting the heart. Some of you may want to lift the legs up to 45 degrees. And then we're going to do 20 Bastrika, breathing in and out fast through the nostrils. Let's go. And release into your Shavasana. Taking a big breath in through the nose. Let it go through the mouth. 2 more of those. If you choose, you could squeeze every muscle on an inhale, clench the fist, squeeze the toes. Exhale, collapse it, release, go heavy. 1 more time. Inhale in. And let it go. Finally, Shavasana. So allow your body to become heavy. Feel those points where the body's in contact with the ground. Give your weight to those points that connect to the ground. Heavier and heavier. Notice if there's any control of the breath there, and allow your mouth to gently part. Allow yourself to release all control of your breath. Allow yourself to release even more control of your body. So we're stepping into that heavy, dark, and receptive yin energy to counter the yang, to counter the lightness, the lifting, the fiery nature of the yang. We're going to cool that fire down now. Visualize that cool air traveling into the body, the coolness spreading all the way through your body like water, weighing your body down into the ground. There's no need to hold on, to activate, lift up, control, balance. It's all gone now. Now's the time to become heavy, relaxed, soft. And now just watching that natural inhalation, bringing a soothing relaxation every time. And wherever there's any stuckness, any heat in the body, just let it go with that exhalation. A relaxing and cooling inhalation, a detoxifying, balancing exhalation. Now just watching the breath. Watch the breath heal your body. Allow your mind to be still by watching the breath. Be receptive to all of the sensations that you're experiencing and remain detached, simply observing. For anyone who needs longer in their Shavasana, then please pause the video or mute the sound and enjoy however long you need. I will see you soon. Thank you. And for everybody else, we're going to slowly start to come back. Noticing all the sensations in your body, and let's feel them a little more by breathing in with more intention. Let's bring control back into the breath first. Feel those lungs fill up, and as that wonderful prana travels through your body, pumped by the blood and your intention, that warm glow of loving energy traveling all the way down to your fingers and toes. Coming back into the body now through movement, so connecting the mind and the body even more by moving the fingers, the toes, the wrists, the ankles, knees, elbows, hips and shoulders, giving the head a little rock side to side. And you'll enjoy this one. Reach those arms overhead and the legs out in front as you take a nice big breath in. Enjoy your amazing body for all that it's taken you through on this practice. And maybe bringing the knees up to the chest as you exhale. Coming over onto whichever side feels good for you, and take a moment there. Let's just have a few moments in this fetal position while you check in physically. Have you given your body what it needs? How's your body feeling? Did you push beyond your limits? Did you think harmful thoughts about your amazing body because it didn't do what you thought it could? How did you treat your body tonight? Notice what went well and what didn't. And how are you feeling emotionally? How might that compare to how you felt at the beginning of the practice? Did you become aware of any difficult feelings? And perhaps you've been able to emote those. Maybe they don't have the same strength that they did at the beginning. And if not, that's okay too. You still did something amazing tonight. And so, coming up to seated, press your top hand into the ground, keep the neck soft, and then come up to your seated position, like the one that we started in, and bring your hands together into prayer position. The hands pressing together with the thumbs resting on the sternum, feeling connected to your heart. And from here, let's practice gratitude, all for you tonight, guys. So as you take a breath in, let's bring to mind something about your body that you're grateful for, something about your body that you love. It's going really well, that doesn't need any work, that is perfect just as it is. Enjoy how that feels. And now taking another big breath in, as you bring to mind something about your mind, something about the way that you think, the way that you use your mind, and how that brings you pleasure and fulfillment in your life. Something that you're good at with that mind. Enjoy how that feels. And now taking another big breath in. And as you exhale, bring to mind anything else about you that you're grateful for. Anything at all. about you that you love, that's going well, that doesn't need improvement, that already brings you fulfillment, joy. And so to close the practice, after appreciating how amazing you are, let's all come together with one final breath before we leave. Inhaling. And as you exhale, gently blinking your eyes open. Thank you all for sharing your practice with me tonight. You did absolutely amazing. It was tough. Namaste. I bow to the divine in you. So guys, happy VE Day. Have a wonderful sunny and warm bank holiday weekend. I hope to see you at either tomorrow morning's yin yang class or maybe the pranayama on Sunday. And if not, I'm sure I'll see you at some point next week. Thank you so much as always. Lots of love. Take care, guys. Sleep well. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Bye.
See you later. Bye. Lovely to see you. Take care. And bye-bye to all you lovely YouTubers. I will see you soon. Lots of love. Bye-bye.